What's going on YouTube? My name is Nevin the Barber, and in today's video we are going to be covering a burst fade haircut. So to get right into the video today, I'm using my gamma trimmers, carve in my first guideline right above my client's ear, taking it about 1 inch high. And with this first guideline, you want to ensure that it's as circular as possible. And with the second step, I'm going with my austere fast feeds with the lever all the way open. As you guys can see, I'm just using the corner of my blade. I always just use the corner of my blade when I cut hair because I feel like it gives the hair a more defined and detailed cut. And here I'm just doing some lever play, opening and closing my lever as I need to just to knock out that bottom line. And whenever you guys are doing your lever play, remember that the more you close your lever, the shorter the hair is going to be cut. So whenever you close your lever, you have to shorten your cutting strokes. And I do have these fast feeds right here, zero gapped. So I was able to knock out my bottom skin line pretty easily. For the second step in this burst fade today, I have my number 1 guard on my Wahl 1919 anniversary clippers, taking this step about 1 inch above my 0.5. Again, you guys want to keep this step as consistent as possible. Your guidelines are going to determine how your fade comes out, so it's very important that they're even and symmetrical on both sides. And to knock out my guideline that we just created, I'm going to go with my half guard on my Wahl seniors with the lever all the way open. And we're going to begin flicking to the top of that guideline, not going above the ceiling, but just sticking right beneath it. Again, doing some lever play, opening and closing the lever as I need to. And as you guys can see, this line is pretty much already faded away. Now that we have our 0.5 blended into our 1.5, we can get right into the next step. So we're going to begin blending our fade into the rest of the bulk of the hair. So I took my 4 guard right here and I began flicking out to the top of my client's parietal ridge just to knock down some weight. And then we're going to go down to the number 3 guard with the lever all the way open. Again, flicking all the way out right beneath the number 4 guard. And then we're going to close the clipper all the way, doing the same thing, staying right beneath the 3.5. And whenever doing this, it's very important to look at how the hair is growing out of the scalp. As you guys can see, I'm angling my clipper towards the direction of where the hair is coming out of the scalp. And this is just to ensure that the hair can be cut at its shortest length. Now to soften up this last line, I have my number 1 guard on, just flicking up at any dark areas that I see. After I complete my fade, I always like to go back down the guards again. So I went from the 4 to the 3 to the 2, and now we're back at our 1 guard. Fade is pretty much complete. We just have to put in a few more details. And now that we have our left side done, we're going to repeat the same exact steps on the right side. So we're going to begin by carving in our first guideline, arching a circle around our client's ear, keeping it about 1 inch thick. And I do have these trimmers right here, zero gapped. If you guys like to buy these gamma trimmers, you can use my code Nevin10. I'll be sure to include their link in the description. And now to begin our second step in this burst fade. Again, we're going with the lever all the way open on my fast feeds. This is going to be cutting the hair at a 0.5 length. So once we do lever play and blend out that line, we're going to go straight into the number 1 guard all the way open. Again, bringing it up about 1 inch. And as you guys can see, I am angling my clipper towards the direction of how the hair is growing out of the scalp. It's very important that you angle your clipper as you go throughout the fade. And now to blend out the line that we just put in, I'm going to go with my half guard on my seniors, going with the lever all the way open, using the very corner of my blade, dispersing out any dark areas that I see. We're going to begin closing the lever a little bit more, repeating the same steps, just keeping our cutting stroke a little bit shorter. And now we have our lever all the way closed, flicking out at that bottom line. Now that we have our 0.5 blended into our 1.5, we're going to begin flicking out at some bulk with our number 4 guard. And now our goal is just to blend the fade into the bulk of the hair. So very consistent. Me bringing my 4 guard all the way through. And now we're going to be doing some shear over comb. Whenever you're doing shear over comb, you guys want to make sure you angle your comb at a 45-degree angle off of the scalp. I have my number 1 guard on my fast feeds with the lever all the way open. Again, just blending our fade into the bulk of the hair, flicking out at that 1.5 line. And now that we have our last line blended out, we're gonna get right into the lineup. So here I'm clipping up my client's hair with my Barber Nova clips, and then hitting his hairline with my number 1 guard all the way open, going with the grain of his hair. And here I'm just applying some spritz holding spray, just so when I line it up, it can come out crispy as possible. And as always, I do like to begin my lineup starting in the middle of my client's hairline, just to ensure I can get the straightest line possible from left to right. And now moving on to our box, trying to create a 90-degree angle. And to move on with my C-cup, I'm putting my first point at my client's point of reference. I'm just simply tapping my client's hairline where it grows in at. And we're going to apply the same exact steps on the other side. First hitting our box, creating our 90-degree angle, and then going right into our C-cup, starting at the point of reference, and then following it from the bottom of my client's hairline where it grows in at. And I do think this is the most effective method when it comes to lining up my clients. And now that we've established our line with our trimmers, we're going to get straight into our lineup with the razor. I am taking this razor up against the hair grain, and what this is going to do is establish the sharpest line possible and leave your client's haircut lasting for a longer period of time. As you guys can see, I'm just stretching the skin from the opposite direction in which I'm bringing the razor. When doing this, you want to come up against the hair grain at every angle, so you want to get the C-cup and the box. And when using the razor, you guys do not need to apply much pressure at all. I'm just simply tapping very lightly. Again, here with the box, stretching the skin, just tapping his hairline where I see it grow in at. And now to move on to the other side, we'll be applying the same exact steps. So I begin stretching my skin, bringing my razor up against my client's hairline. What this is going to do is make sure that your client's hair is being cut at the shortest length and ensure that your lines come out sharp as possible. As you can see right here, the C-cup is just starting to pop out more as the razor comes up against the hair grain. Again, always keeping tension on the skin. And now to move on to the back of this burst fade, keeping it very simple, we're just going to put in 2 lines. As you guys can see, I marked my first line on the left side, starting on the back, and the back middle, connecting it to the bottom of my client's earlobe. And when doing this, you want to try to shoot to create a sharp point, a triangle-shaped point. Again, making sure both sides are symmetrical as possible. You want to go back and ensure that both sides come in and start at the same spot. And as you guys can see, these trimmers were able to mark my line very, very easily. And now to move on, my client did want a little bit trimmed off the top, so I began wetting his hair, combing it in the direction he likes to style it. And I am using my Barber Nova Japanese shears right here. If you guys would like to buy the set, you can save some money and use my code Nevin10 on them. And with this method that I'm using right here, I'm just simply laying my fingers on top of my client's scalp, trimming everything that lays above my fingers. And this is a very good method to ensure that the top of your client's hair will blend into the side or with the fade. I'm now just going in with my thinning shears, doing some shear over comb, perfecting the blend. And now we're going to be doing the same thing on the other side, perfecting our blend, making it blurry as possible. Right here, I'm just going back, putting in some details with my gamma trimmers. Again, hitting my client's C-cup one more time, ensuring that no baby hairs are sticking out. And to finalize this burst fade today, I'm just going back with my gamma shavers, ensuring that it's all the way down to his skin. And then same thing on the other side. As you guys can see, all of my lines are blended out. Everything's starting to look blurry. And of course, as always, I always like to go back and double check my work. Simply put in any details that need to be put in. And again here with the back, just ensuring that my burst fade has the sharpest point possible. Simply tapping and pulling away from the line that I had put in. And if you guys have learned anything so far, be sure to drop a like on this video. And that's about it for today's burst fade tutorial. If you guys learned anything, be sure to drop a like and a comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can check out when I drop a new upload. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.